harnessing the power of procrastination. We're going to be talking about that today in this live, and I also wanted to open it up for Q&A. I have been getting so many epic questions from you guys, so I want to hang out with you here on our live, and I want to also share that on Sunday, the final day to get the bundle. So if you want to get the bundle, please go get it right now because there's less than 4 days left to get it. You can get it by following the link in my bio or in the description box below. But also on Sunday, hello everybody, the final day of the bundle, I will be doing a giveaway, and anyone can enter this. You don't have to buy the bundle to enter it. You do have to sign up for my email list, however. So if you want to enter to win one of 3 copies of my hand salads recipe book, you can do so by sending a DM that says win wraps, and I will send you a link to sign up for my email list, which will enter you to win one of 3 copies of the print version of my hand salads wrap book. Also, again, on the last day of the bundle, so if you wanted to get the bundle, now's your chance because there's less than 4 days left. Link is in my bio or in the description box. And if you wanted to get entered, again, send me a DM with win wraps, and I'll send you the link to sign up to my email list, which will get you entered into the draw. So is this print version available to purchase? Yes, it is. It's available on Amazon. It's called Hand Salads by Melissa Maris, and you can buy this on Amazon. If you want the link to all of the print versions that I have on Amazon, I've got like the burger book, the soup book, the wrap book, I've got the meal plans, food journaling for success. There's a few things that I have in print, like dips and dressings, and yeah, send me a DM for the Amazon link, and I'll send you a link to all of the books that I have on Amazon that you can buy over there, the print versions. But I am giving away a print version copy. I'm giving away 3 actually on Sunday night, on the last day of the bundle. So yeah, I just bought the download, but I love a print version. Might as well enter to win. You never know if you'll win, but yeah, you have to DM me win wraps. If you post it in the chat, you won't get the link. You have to send me a direct message. So head on over to my page, just click on the icon at the top, or if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description box below. But on Instagram, you gotta click on that icon, go to my main page and send me a message. Send me a message and say win wraps, and I'll send you the link. But I can't do it here, so don't bother putting it in the chat because I won't be able to. But yes, go grab the bundle if you haven't yet. The link is in my bio on my page, where you do get the digital version of the wrap book, but you also get access to our Alive Lunch video course, which is 35 hours worth of video content of Nate and I making raw food in the kitchen. We teach all kinds of tips and techniques and things we love, and we talk about health, and it's a really fun time. We make the tacos, we make the wraps, we make burgers and sushi on there. That course alone, like after the bundle, it's gonna sell for $330, but you get it as part of the bundle. So you just spend $49 on the bundle and you get full access to a live lunch. So even with the 40% off code, it's still a better deal to buy the bundle. So even if you just wanted a live lunch, get the bundle because it's still gonna be less money than it'll ever be just from my store. So what books do you and Nate have in this bundle? That's a great question. So in this bundle, we have contributed nearly $700 worth of content. So even if you were to buy all the stuff that we have in this bundle with our 40% off code, it would still cost you over $200, well, $300 probably to get everything. So for $49, you get digital versions of the wrap book, the taco book, Make It Raw Volume 2 that I wrote with Chef AJ. You're also getting access to the Make It Raw, Make It Cooked video classes that I made with Chef AJ. In there, I make the raw version, she makes the cooked version. I made like the raw meatballs with marinara sauce, stuffed mushrooms, the raw chocolate cake. There's enchiladas in there as well. So you get that. You also get access to a live lunch, which is the 35-hour video course that Nate and I made, which will retail for $330 after the bundle. So if you want it, this is the greatest way to get it. Link is in my bio. And also you're getting, when you buy the bundle, you get a download for a special code to enjoy 2 months free of my online meal planning app, which has different recipes than my ebooks, but it generates every week a 5-day meal plan based on the recipes in there. So you get a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner, and you get a grocery list that gets you all the stuff that you need to make everything in that 5-day plan. You can add day 6 and 7 if you really want to, but you get 2 months free access. And once you use the code, you have a choice. You can cancel after the 2 months or before the 2 months are up, actually, or you can continue on with it. You can get it for, it's $14.99 every 3 months after that. But enjoy 2 months free on me when you buy the bundle. You're also getting Nate's brand new Ninja Creamy Nice Cream book, which he wrote special for this bundle, and his Kitchen Essentials video course, which retails at $67. So you get that in the bundle as well. So almost $700 worth of content from us in this bundle. It's definitely a great thing for you. So go grab it. Having my delicious wrap right now. Day 2 wraps are the best, softer and yummier. I have them every week. That's awesome, Erica. So good to hear. Yeah, the wraps are so good the next day. Where's your bio and your page? So basically when you go to the link up here, there's the icon up there. You go to my main page. Just go to Raw Food Romance here on Instagram. And on my main page, there's my bio. It's kind of got a little bio underneath my icon. And it's got, buttons to message me. You just got my feed. That's the main page on Instagram. So you can get there by clicking the icon up at the top. How do I get the $49 bundle? Go to the link in my bio and click the link that's in my bio. So just tap on, I don't mind if you leave the live. You can leave the live to go do this. You can always come back, but click on my link, or if you're watching on YouTube, link will be in the description box below. It's a link, it says bit.ly/the vegan health bundle. Click on that, it'll take you to the website where you can buy the bundle, $49. You get an email sent to you with the download link, and you get to download all 150 things that you see on the website. So there's so much value. It's worth over $8,000 and it's ending in less than 4 days. So now's your chance to go grab it. I only have iPhone. Is the bundle doable on iPhone? It is. So on the iPhone, what you want to do is, number one, you want to have an app called Books. It's like a little icon and it's orange. It should be free because it's an Apple app. And it says it's Books. It's an orange icon with a white book in it. And you can get it for free on the App Store. What you do is you buy the bundle and then you go to the email, click on the link to download, and you'll get like all the downloads on a page, and just click download, and then it'll open up like where you want to put it. Choose the Books app. Sometimes you might have to click the 3 dots, just swipe a little bit and click the 3 dots to bring up more options. Select that orange Books app and it'll automatically download into the Books app. So every time you want to access any of the ebooks that you've downloaded, just go to the Books app. You'll have to do this for every single file. It might take a little bit of time, but it ensures that you have everything on your iPhone. And that's how I do it. And I've got hundreds of ebooks in my book app, so it's really cool there. Can you guys please just start a chain of hand salad wrap restaurants? We have had this conversation a few times, and I've thought about it as well, but the investment to get all the commercial dehydrators, to get the commercial kitchen space, and I don't know, like a lot of the raw vegan restaurants that were here in Vegas have gone out of business, and a lot of the raw vegan restaurants that were in Oregon have gone out of business. Some in California have gone out of business. So we're a little leery to do anything like that, because to make a chain, like you have to have one store that's really super successful, and then you would open another store and see how successful that one is, and then gradually you would increase the different store locations you open. It can take decades sometimes to get into a franchise like that, so it's not something that we're looking to do. I'd rather inspire and empower you to make them at home for yourself, because that's going to be the easiest way to do it. And we've thought about shipping them out too, but again, we have to invest in commercial dehydrators. hydrators. It's a lot of time to mass produce. It's really easy to make 2 wraps for me and Nate. It only takes 15 minutes. But if I was having, 100 orders and I had to make 50 wrap recipes, that could take me 6 hours. And, it's just, I'd rather spend my time educating and helping you to do it yourself. That's just the way that I think is the best. I don't know if I'm interested in going into the food prep. Nate and I used to have a food prep catering raw food business. And that was in like 2018, 2019-ish area. It was called La Bella Fresca. And we would make salads and, zoodles and tomatoes, marinara and stuff. And we catered. Basically, you would order the salad and we would drive it to you. So we did delivery. We made the food. We would just go and drop it off to you every day. You'd order if you wanted to. And, people would say they'd order and we wouldn't get very many orders. So we had to end up closing it because it was too much. And then there was food waste because some people would be like, oh, I don't really want it. And yeah, it was just, we wanted to, we tried. The Nice Cream book sounds great. Yeah, the Ninja Creamy is Nate's new Nice Cream favorite machine. He's been having so much fun with it. And in fact, he is going to be on Chef AJ Live tomorrow. I believe it's around 3 PST, I think. Around that time, he's going to be live on Chef AJ showing the machine and sharing some recipes to promote the bundle. So if you want to watch that, head over to Chef AJ Live on YouTube and you'll be able to watch Nate's live there. It's going to be really cool. You could have a small community that only they get access to you making and sending the wraps to them. And yeah, Ali, that's what we did with La Bella Fresca. It was basically in like Medford, Ashland, Rogue River area, and we would drive like sometimes 30 minutes to drop off food for people. And like I said, they said they wanted to order, but it was just too much for us. And yeah, it was quite the challenge. But love you so much. All the love from Dublin. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for joining. So let's chat a little bit about harnessing the power of procrastination. That's the title of our live. Don't forget, if you want to enter to win the hand salads ebook, print version. If you want to enter to win one of 3 print versions, send me a direct message that says win wraps, and I'll send you the link to sign up to my email list, which is how you will enter to win. And if you want to get the bundle, less than 4 days left. It's just basically this weekend, and that's it. Go to the link in my bio and go grab the bundle. So yeah, let's talk about harnessing the power of procrastination. So we're typically really good at procrastinating. In the chat, type a 1 if you are good at procrastinating. And I want to see how many people are good at procrastinating, because I know I am. I know I'm very, very good at procrastinating. And I know that I have many different excuses and justifications that can keep me from doing the things that I want to do. See, like Lucky Mom, Allie, yep, my mom, Gentle Homeopath, Willow Lane, Miss Dawn. Yeah, we've got a lot of ones in the chat here. So procrastination is something that we're already super good at. Starch with Plant says I'm the queen of procrastination. 1. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of us who are really, really good at procrastinating. So how do we harness this power? How do we harness the power of procrastination to use procrastination to our advantage? So what I have found that works the best is we're already really good at procrastinating what we should be doing. So instead of procrastinating what we should be doing, let's use that power and procrastinate on the things that we don't want to be doing anymore. For example, if we want to start going to bed early, right? Sometimes we'll be like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow night. I'll go to bed early tomorrow night. Or exercise. Oh, I'll do my workout tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, I promise. I'll do it tomorrow. Or eating raw food, right? We could be like, oh yeah, tomorrow will be a raw day. I promise. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up, make my smoothie. Tomorrow's going to be raw. Promise. So there's so many things that we procrastinate on that are good for us, right? So instead of saying I'll go to bed early tomorrow, or I'll eat raw tomorrow, or I'll start my vegan journey tomorrow, or I'll do this tomorrow, instead say, I'm going to go to bed late another time. I'm going to eat that pizza another time. I'm going to lay on the couch and watch Netflix another time. But right now, I'm going to do the thing that I actually really truly want to do, and I will procrastinate on these other things because we're so good at procrastinating. We can procrastinate on those other things just as easily as we can procrastinate on the things that we know we should be doing, right? So instead of saying, I need to go to bed early, or I should stop going to bed late, say, I'll go to bed late another time, but tonight I'm going to go to bed early because that is what I truly want. Instead of saying, I'll start my raw journey tomorrow, or I'll make that thing tomorrow because today I want to eat the pizza or that bag of chips or whatever. Say, I will eat the chips another day. Because the thing is, another day might never come. And that's the beauty of it. It takes you out of that box of restriction where you're like, I will never eat pizza ever again, right? For some people, that's really scary. And for some people, that makes them feel anxious and nervous and scared about being perfect. So instead of saying, I will never eat pizza again, say, I'll eat pizza some other day, right? And that some other day could be never. It could be never. Just like starting our workout plan. You really, we don't actually, do the things because we keep putting them off. So if we keep putting off eating the potato chips, we still have that permission to eat them if we wanted to, right? We're not saying never. We're just saying another time. And if you say another time, that could be decades, right? Or never, right? So we want to actually shift and use the power of procrastination to procrastinate on these things that we don't want to be doing anymore. So that's what I wanted to share in this live today with you. If you have any questions about raw food, about anything, post in there below. If you haven't yet, please go check out the bundle. It's a great way to support us. And more importantly, it's a great way to support yourself by getting so much more vegan, healthy content, lots of raw vegan stuff. There's vegan advocacy things in there. There's so much yoga into. Planning to try a Pilates video, you've inspired me to actually do it. Yes, instead of saying, I'll do it later, do it now. Do it now, and you'll feel so good. The thing is, we make choices as humans based on emotions, based on right now. And if we always make decisions based on right now, we're really not going to get much of the things that we really want later, right? So like the goals that we have, we need to be making those choices and changing who we are to get those goals. For example, if you wanted to be, say, a guitar player, right? What do guitar players do? They practice every day. What do you want to be an athlete? What do athletes do? They work out and they practice their sport every day. If you want to learn a new language, what do people who know that language do? They speak it every day, right? So we need to become the type of person who does the things every day that our goal person will be doing. So another great example is if you want to become a vegan. What do vegans do every day? They choose plant foods. They say no to animal products. So if you want to be a vegan, you need to practice every single day doing what vegans do, right? They choose the plants. If you want to be raw vegan, what do raw vegans do? They choose raw food. They plan their meals. They do the prep, anything like that. Anything in life, this goes for anything in life. If you want to be good at something, you have to do the things every day that will make you good at that, right? We can't just immediately be good at something overnight. We have to practice it. And the more we repeat something, the more you play guitar, the more you practice speaking the language, the better you get at it. And the same goes for eating a raw vegan diet or adding more plants into your life or exercise or sleep routine. The more you practice it, the better you get at it. And the more habit it becomes. And it just becomes part of your reality until one day you wake up and you're like, whenever I have a craving, I default to fruit or I default to a salad. And you just automatically default to it because you've chosen it so many times and you've procrastinated on those other things. And eventually those other things just fall away. And every once in a while you might get one of those random cravings for it because a memory pops up or you see someone eating it online or whatever. And you might be like, I remember that. But they're just memories, frames of reference. Like we crave things that we have frames of reference for. Another thing that's really interesting is like some people will say, for example, some ex-vegans who I've heard will say, I was craving oysters. And I'm thinking like, I have never had an oyster ever in my entire life. I've never had an oyster. So I have no idea what they taste like. So I have no frame of reference. I have no idea what they taste like. So how could I crave something that I've never had before? And that's what I feel like with cravings, we tend to crave what we've habitually consumed in the past. And because we've consumed it so many times, it becomes such a repetition in our lives. And with me, with raw food, because I've been doing this for almost 10 years, I have learned to eat the things or think of the things that I usually eat every day. I'll be like, I want a tahini dill salad or a French salad or make that smoothie. And, it just comes with repetition, and to not be hard on yourself if you're not there yet, because it's all about repetition. It's just like learning a new language. It's just like learning the guitar. It's just like becoming an athlete. You gotta do the things. You gotta do them even though you're not good at them. The more you do them, the better you're gonna get at them. So if you're not good at food prep, do more food prep. You'll get good at it. My mom says win-win, yes, yes. Portions and size of meals so we don't undereat. Great question. So we need to eat enough. It's super key on a raw diet. We have to eat enough. And I recommend using an app called Chronometer, Chronometer, Chronometer.com. And you can enter in all the foods that you've been eating throughout the day, and you get to learn how much you're eating. Now, on average, I usually tell people to aim for 2,000 calories or more based on their activity level. Everyone's so individual, but on average, aim for 2,000 calories and make sure that you're eating low fat and lots. You have to eat a lot of food when you're on a raw diet because raw foods are low in calorie density, so you have to eat more of them to get enough. And our salad bowls are massive. They're huge. We'll put a whole head of lettuce in there. We've got 3 tomatoes and a whole bell pepper and a whole long English cucumber. And then we've got other things like dandelion or 1 or 2 Brussels sprouts, some broccoli, some endive. We try to fit everything in there. We'll chop up some celery. Maybe we'll add some grated beet or sunchokes or frozen peas. We actually buy fresh peas and freeze them, and then we thaw them for adding to our salads and stuff. It's a really nice addition when we do that. There's just so many things that you can add to make your salad massive, right? Try to get a lot of variety in there and grow those salads and make sure that you eat enough. Learn about how much you need and what that looks like in a salad bowl by using Chronometer. You don't have to track your calories for the rest of your life. It's just used as a learning tool to understand what you need to put in your body to fuel yourself and get everything that you need. I struggle with having enough bananas to get ripe when I need them. Any ideas? So what I used to do, now Nate and I, we buy a lot of bananas, and then if they get overripe, we freeze them. So we'll just use frozen bananas when we run out of ripe ones on the counter. But what I used to do in Canada was I would go shopping 2 to 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or something like that. I would go shopping, and every single time I went shopping, I would buy a bunch or 2 or 3 of bananas, depending on what I needed. So I would always be buying green bananas. And that way, every couple days, I would have ripe ones, you know, because it would keep them in rotation. So I'd always have some green ones, I'd always have some on the verge ones, and I'd always have some super ripe ones. And then, you know, every couple days, I would get a new bunch of green. And, you know, sometimes like the grocery store will only have ripe. So of course, I'll get some more of that. And sometimes they only have lots of really dark green ones or whatever. So I tried to do it as best I could. Obviously, life isn't perfect, but that's what I would do when I was in Canada living on my own. I would actually just go and get a bunch of bananas every couple days. That way they were always in rotation. Thank you so much, Lissa, for your ebooks. I love it. Bought the bundle. Yes, buy the bundle if you haven't yet. Less than 4 days left. All you have is this weekend left to get the bundle. Get over $8,000 worth of content for $49, including our $330 course, A Live Lunch, with 35 video hours of us making raw food in the kitchen. Link is in the bio. Go grab that. I kind of want to eat some not frozen. I'm not sure what you're referring to, maybe the peas. You can totally have fresh shelled peas, totally. We like them frozen and thawed because they're a lot softer. They're so much more enjoyable to eat, but yeah, you can eat them fresh. Please save this live. We save all the lives in the Reels tab on Instagram. I'm also going to be posting this on YouTube, so you can find it after. I'll post it right away as soon as I'm done this live. Is it possible to be raw vegan without losing vitamins? Do we get all we need? If you eat enough foods that provide you with what you're missing, then yes. I've been doing a raw vegan diet for now almost 10 years, and I don't have any deficiencies. There are some supplements that you might want to think about, like B12, for example, and vitamin D, but these are not meant to be acquired from our diet. They're actually meant to be acquired from our environment. Vitamin D from the sun. Most of us spend our lives in houses or cars or offices. We don't get a lot of sun action, so, you know, taking a supplement helps with the being indoors all the time, right? B12 is a supplement that everybody should be thinking about. Doesn't matter what your diet is. Doesn't matter if you eat meat, because meat eaters can be deficient in B12 as well. So it's not necessarily a diet vitamin. You want to get blood work done so you can see what you might be deficient in. My B12 is higher than mid-range, so I'm not worried about it at all. I will take a supplement like once a month if I remember. Like, I'm not very regular with the B12, but my levels are high, so I'm not worried about it at all. My gut health is really strong. So B12 is actually made by a bacteria. It's not supposed to be acquired from your food. So if you need to take a supplement, it's not the end of the world, right? Not every diet is perfect. Like no diet is perfect, I would say. Like, it's all about doing the best that we can. And personally, for me, I believe eating raw foods is the best that I believe for myself. So I eat raw foods. And I also understand nutrition science. What has stuff in it that I need? For example, iron. That's one that people tend to be worried about on a raw diet, but they need to eat more greens in variety, not just relying on spinach, for example. You got to eat a wide variety of different vegetables to be able to get a wide range of nutrition. And something that I noticed just recently by using Chronometer, because you use Chronometer, you learn a lot about the food you're eating. I learned that 1 cup of chopped sunflower microgreens has 6 milligrams of iron. That's a third of the day's intake for a woman, or almost a full day's intake for a man. 1 cup, that's it. And I could easily put 3 cups in a salad and I've got my iron for a day just from the sunflower microgreens. That's not including everything else I'm eating all day. I usually get around 24 to 28 or more milligrams of iron a day. I far surpass my needs for iron, and I'm not worried at all about that. So it really is about eating variety, making sure you get enough. If you're worried about things like choline, for example, add more cruciferous vegetables. Like cauliflower is a really high source of choline. Vitamin E tends to be one that people are a little worried about. That can be found in sunflower seeds. Selenium just grate half a Brazil nut on your salad and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about selenium then. Iodine, you can take like barley grass juice powder, or you can get it in sea vegetables. Those are another option too. So learning about the vitamins that you need and finding food sources of these vitamins and adding more of those into your diet is going to help you have a more broad range of nutrition. So hopefully that answers your question. Please share how to have enough ripe bananas. Oh, I don't always want frozen. I did share that. I hope that was helpful to you. Let's see, we have any other questions? Great idea on the bananas. Yes. I buy 70 bananas twice a month, freeze them up when they're really ripe. Yes. We used to do that when we were in Oregon. We had kind of like a relationship with the produce manager, and sometimes we'd call and we'd be like, yo, you got any ripe boxes? And we would get a whole box. It's about 80, depends on how many bananas they fit in there, but it's like 80 bananas, give or take, for $5. And they would be already really ripe, and we would just bring it home and freeze them. So it was a great way to get inexpensive bananas. Can we heal from histamine intolerance and allergies with raw food? So I don't believe that raw food is the be-all, cure-all for absolutely everything and anything. I believe that raw food is an amazing support for the body, but histamine intolerances is usually a gut problem. So you have a weakened gut microbiome, and Dr. Will Bolsewicz talks a lot about histamine intolerance. So I would heavily recommend you get a book called Fiber Fueled and follow him on Instagram, The Gut Health MD. And learn from him, because he teaches a lot about the histamine. And the more fiber and the more fiber variety that you can get in, the stronger your gut will become. But also the histamine foods, if you eliminate them, then you never acquire kind of like a I want to say adaptation, but it's not really adaptation. But you want to lessen the amount of the histamine foods to a smaller amount to what is tolerable. Right? So for example, if you have issues with bananas, instead of eating 5 bananas and getting a histamine reaction, have a quarter of a banana and see how you feel. So work with that and work up to being able to eat more. But Dr. Will Bolsewicz has a lot more on this topic. He's a vegan gastroenterologist who talks a lot about this, histamine intolerance and stuff like that. And vitamin C to absorb iron, yes, make sure that you have your tomatoes and cucumbers along with your iron-rich foods. Brazil nut, selenium, yes. All you need is like half a selenium. And I use like one of those like fine garlic graters, and I just grate half a Brazil nut on my salad. Usually it's just one Brazil nut, half on mine, half on Nate's, and we're good to go. Like you really don't need a whole Brazil nut. You can if you want to, but one Brazil nut a day is a whole food source of selenium. And what I've noticed that some people who don't really care about getting the extra selenium on a raw diet because they think that they're getting everything from everything else they're eating. Sorry, it's like really dry here and I've been talking for like 6 hours a day. But yeah, they don't really care. They're like, oh yeah, I'm probably getting enough selenium in my diet. The thing is that if you're not getting enough selenium, typical symptoms of that is hair falling out and losing your period, which is a common thing among raw vegans who aren't eating enough mineral-rich foods and who might be neglecting getting enough selenium. So I highly recommend like just grate half a Brazil nut on your salad. It's really pretty. It looks like snow, especially on like zoodles with marinara. Super cool. So yeah, just do that, add that, and it helps to cover your selenium needs for the day. It's the highest plant source of selenium out there, and you really don't need a lot. Just started learning about raw food. Could you just cover some of the benefits of eating raw food? Yes, of course I can. So some of the reasons why I love raw food and why I feel there's a benefit in my life is, number one, it's super hydrating. So raw food is loaded with hydration. Fruit specifically is really high in hydration. This helps keep our skin nice and hydrated. It helps our body to run properly. We're made mostly of water, so why not eat water-rich foods? So eat more raw food for the hydration, but also another thing is it's alive. So it comes with the enzymes, it comes with the fiber, it's whole. We're not damaging anything with the heat. And when I say that, I'm not demonizing cooked food. I'm just saying that stuff changes as you cook it. So just to be aware, you know, you might lose some nutrition depending on the heat. You might change some molecules, like starches can turn into acrylamide, which can be carcinogenic. So you want to avoid using super high heats. If you're going to cook your food, the safest cooking options are boiling and steaming for short periods of time. Those are the best ones if you're going to do cooked food. But again, I'm not saying that cooked food is evil. It just changes. So you're getting a different sort of nutrition from them. So I personally choose raw food because I love it and I feel hydrated and alive. It's easier on my digestion, especially if you chew your food thoroughly. You're gonna wanna chew your food thoroughly, is super, super important. I also really love raw food because it's easy cleanup, super easy cleanup. Really all it is rinsing. Like you really don't need to scrub, and there's no oil, so there's no like need for like all this soapy degreasing stuff. It's just rinse and dry. Really, it's super easy. It's fun, it's colorful, it's creative. I healed my acne, I balanced my hormones, my joint pain went away, I lost a lot of weight. My mood has improved dramatically. My digestion has improved dramatically. I feel like my digestion is at its peak right now, and it could get even better. We don't know yet. We're still doing the gut testing, but so far my gut score is the highest of anyone I've ever known who has done the same test. So I've been doing really good with that, and it's helped get rid of my candida. I just really love raw food. There's so many benefits to it. And my goal here with Raw Food Romance is to inspire you to eat more raw. Now, whether that is just more raw or it's all raw, it doesn't matter. As long as you're including more raw into your life, then I'm happy. I've got all of the love for everyone who has more raw food in their life, because I don't want to pressure people into being 100% raw or scaring people into it or being like, you have to be 100% raw or you'll never heal. I don't like those absolutes and guarantees and all of that. I'm not into that. I want to inspire you to eat more raw food and see where your body goes with that support, right? So whether you heal or you just improve your symptoms or whatever it is, I am here to help and inspire you to change without the absolutes and the guarantees, because I don't believe the absolutes and guarantees are helpful. They scare a lot of people into making certain choices, and they spread a lot of misinformation. So just, go at your own pace, start adding more raw food. It's delicious. I hope that answered your question. Do you know any women who were raw while pregnant? Yes, I do. Actually, Happy Raw Rennie had a raw vegan pregnancy and has a raw vegan baby. Dr. Karen Dina, she had a raw pregnancy and has a raw baby. I know Olivia Herzog, she just had a baby and she was mostly raw. She wasn't all raw, but she ate a lot of raw. So there are quite a few people, and I've heard stories, lots of people have had raw pregnancies, raw births, raw babies, and really it comes down to planning and making sure that you eat enough variety, you're getting everything you need, do the research and learn about the foods that you're putting into your body. Don't just rely on someone online who says if you do this or whatever. Do your own research. Discover what is in the food that you're eating and learn how much you need to eat for your body, including all the exercise that you're doing, right? You have to cover that exercise too. So make sure that you do your own research. Is it possible to be raw and still bodybuild as a woman? Of course. I hear a lot about eating a ton of protein for tone. Protein is so overused and misused, and it's parroted over and over and over again online that we need like so crazy amounts of protein. We don't need crazy amounts of protein. If we're eating enough calories and we're eating enough sources of plants, like we're eating a wide range of greens and vegetables and sprouts and fruit, and we're actually eating enough calories and we're doing the work, right? Getting in the gym and lifting the weights and getting enough rest. Rest is very important for muscle building. You can build muscle on a raw diet. You just have to eat enough and make sure that you're getting those adequate calories and nutrition in, but you don't need to hyper focus on protein, because if you're eating enough calories to cover your needs and your activity level, you're probably more than likely getting enough protein in just the food that you're eating. You don't need to add protein powders or whatever. Nate and I, we haven't been to the gym because Nate's currently in Oregon dealing with some family issues. He lost both his mom and dad in February. So he's over there helping his brother and sister with all that stuff. So we haven't been to the gym, but we started going to the gym kind of like in the fall time, and we were tracking and watching our growth through scans, body scans, and as well as just strength in general. And when I first started going back to the gym with Nate, I could do maybe 3.5 chest presses with the bar, just the bar, no weights on it. I could only do 3.5, and it was almost impossible to do that last rep. And last time that we went to the gym, I had the 5-pound weight on each side, and I did 12 without problem. So obviously I grew muscle, because when you get stronger, that means that you've grown muscle. You have more muscle so that you can do that. And I did it just fine. I don't count my protein. I don't worry about any of that. I just make sure that I eat enough during the day and I eat a wide variety of food. And it improved my strength, and I'm a lot stronger now because of it. So I totally believe that you can build muscle on a raw diet. I can't think of her name, but there are many raw vegan bodybuilders. Yes, there are many out there. Let's see. Chef Babette. She's like in her 70s, I think. And she looks amazing, but she works out and she eats raw, or pretty much mostly raw. She's really awesome. What do you eat for protein? I just eat plants. I don't worry about protein, because there's protein in everything. There's protein in bananas, there's protein in carrots, there's protein in greens, there's protein in sprouts, there's protein in kiwis, there's protein in pineapples, there's protein in cucumbers, there's protein in lettuce. I mean, there's protein in everything, because protein is amino acids. It's basically just a bunch of amino acids built together into a protein. And plant foods have loads of amino acids. We just have to eat enough of them to get enough protein in our bodies. So I don't even worry about protein. It's not even on my radar. Our bodies use amino acids. So, we need amino acids to build protein, and we get that from the food that we eat. So yeah, let's see, what else? Do we have any questions? Oh, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for this awesome live. It's been really fun to answer your questions. And don't forget, if you want to enter to win one of 3 print versions of my hand salads ebook, or I always say ebook because I always say ebook. The print version, if you want to win one of 3, send me a direct message that says win wraps, and I'll send you the link to sign up to my email list. That's the only thing you need to do to enter to win. I'll be doing the giveaway on the final day of the bundle, which is Sunday. So only like 3 days away. So I'll be giving away 3 copies Sunday night at 5 p.m. PST here live on Instagram. So come back if you want to win, but you have to enter by signing up for my email list. So send me a DM with win wraps and I'll send you the link to do that. Also, there are less than 4 days left to get the bundle. The bundle ends Sunday night, so you have the weekend. I recommend, if you're interested in the bundle, to go grab it right now so you don't wait until the very last minute to get it. So head over to the link in my bio, grab the bundle, get all the goodies, and enjoy all the yums. There's so much stuff in there. Can you talk about your energy levels on this diet? Yes, I have loads of energy on this diet. I feel so much better than I ever have in my life over the last 10 years-ish. It's like 9.5 years that I've been eating this way. And I feel so good with my energy levels, but I also make sure that I sleep properly and I try my best to exercise. But you know, there's other things that come into play with energy levels than just the food. Obviously, food plays a big role. So make sure that you add more raw food into your diet, right? Raw food is very hydrating. It's easier to digest. And when you're eating a low-fat diet, you can use more of the carbohydrates that you're eating from the fruits and vegetables to give you more energy. I noticed that I have way more energy than I ever have on this diet. So yes, yes, yes. So if you want to get the bundle, please go grab it. It's a great way to support us, but it's an even better way to support yourself because you're getting so much content for only $49. You get full access to our $330 course. You don't pay $330, you pay $49, and you get 150 downloads from people like Chris Kendall, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Furman, Melanie Joy, Mike the Vegan, Chef AJ, Kathy Hester. There's over 120 of us who have contributed things to this bundle, and all you pay is $49, and you get over $8,000 worth of stuff. So yes, you can buy it by going to the link in my bio. Click on the icon here, go to my bio. There's a link in my bio. You click on that and then you can buy the bundle. You'll get an email sent to you where you can download all the content and enjoy it for yourself. What about salt? Do you eat it? So I don't eat straight salt. I don't use straight salt, but I do consume miso paste that has sodium in it. I also occasionally use coconut aminos a couple times a month. Maybe I'll have a dish that uses coconut aminos that has sodium in it. And I do use fermented foods, which uses salt to ferment, but it's such a small amount that I don't feel like it does very much difference. Except for me, I have naturally really low blood pressure. And if, I'm sorry, it's so dry, oh my gosh. So I've noticed that if I go zero salt, so I don't do any miso, I don't do any coconut aminos or any fermented foods, and I have in the past, I get very low blood pressure and I feel kind of like lightheaded. No matter how many calories I'm eating, I feel too lightheaded. So I found that adding a little miso and coconut aminos or fermented foods into my day has really helped. So what about drinking at least 96 ounces of water? Drink that water. You're going to want to figure that out for yourself. Miso paste is just the perfect amount of sodium to include into my raw diet. So I feel really good with that, but you're going to need to figure out what you want. But on that note, it's coming up to the hour and I've got another live coming later. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for enjoying this live with me and asking your questions. And please go grab the bundle if you haven't yet. The link is my bio, and send me a DM with win wraps and I'll send you the link to sign up to my email address to enter to win. Mwah!